Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Rogue Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Yes. And as always, you guys are ready to go. First thing in the morning, you guys are ready. You guys got all the energy. Dr. Kush started off with a super chat. Love to see that. Appreciate you, Dr. Kush. Says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Dr. Kush.
Good morning.
Appreciate you. Michael Akins is in the house. Good morning, Michael. Who else we got in here? Carmelo, Grand Rising. Thank you for coming through. Rainmaker, salute. Good morning. Good morning. Says Mentor is on a roll with his coaching hires. Facts. And Unkind Ravens fan says LBHT crew, Rogue Nation. Good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning to you. Just Aloe. Good morning, everyone. Hiring Matt Nagy is about the most on-brand thing John Harbaugh could do. Good riddance. Yeah, I had to throw in the thumbnail. I had to troll a little bit.
Facts.
I had to troll a little bit, man. Like this is, I mean, we'll talk about that in a second. Grails, good morning. Good morning. It is what it is. Good morning. Marquise, good morning. Says I caught you guys at the start of the show before my dentist appointment and at 9 a.m. Good morning, guys. Hey, good morning to you and hope everything is good
Indeed.
with the dentist. Have a good trip. Dentist appointments are pretty routine unless you got to do a clean. I hate cleanings, but they're necessary. Attitude Pop, good morning.
What's up?
I hate paying them too because dental insurance is not the same as medical insurance. They always make sure you're paying something.
Facts.
Bazel, good morning.
Coach.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning. Salute,
What's up, Coach?
Salute.
Appreciate you.
Devin, good morning.
Good morning. Konnichiwa.
Good morning. Is she in Japan?
Yeah.
How you know that?
Huh?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh? She said it before?
Yeah.
And I just didn't remember.
Yeah.
Well, All right. I need to start writing down things in my notepad like you did.
Wow. Okay.
Team Brady, good morning. Good morning. Black Ice, good morning. Rome Jr., good morning.
Morning.
Big Sexy E3, good morning.
What's good, Rave?
Deanna, good morning. Joseph's here. Joseph, good morning.
Joseph.
Noble Forever, good morning.
What's up?
Got Blair in the house. Good morning. Says, really like what I'm seeing from what Mentor is putting together with these new coordinators. Facts. Imani, good morning. Coach C, thank you for the super chat. Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate you. We got Ivy saying good morning. Hey, everybody's here. Okay. Michael Hawthorne, good morning. C Iron Addict, good morning. Tracy is here. Good morning, Tracy. Black 08, good morning. Good morning. He said, I feel like that was an old joke, Jose. I'm just saying,
What are you saying, Jose?
Huh?
What are you saying, Jose?
Look. Hey, listen.
I got like 3 of them.
Right here. I got about 20 of these. Okay. That's what happens when you have all the kids in the world. Okay. You got all. You need some school supplies? Do you need some school supplies? Holla at me. Okay. I got it. All right. Dwayne, good morning. I'd be saying says Giants fans are already crashing out on John Harbaugh with that Nagy hire. Let's start with that, shall we? Let's start with that. John Harbaugh, when we thought he was staying, had his feet kicked up. Him and EDC, they were just kicked up in the office, just chilling, laughing, keying. Hey, ain't change gonna be made? Nope, we're running it back. Right, we're running it back. Guys just need to work harder. They need to play like Ravens, and we're not gonna make any changes to the coaching staff. We're not gonna do anything different. All right. Then the boss came into the office one day. He said, "Boss, you're here. What are you doing here?"
All right.
So I'm here to tell you to pack your stuff. You're fired. All right. And he quickly landed on his feet. He ended up with the Giants. But I noticed he didn't want to bring his friends with him this time. He said, Zach Orr, Zach, we'll see. Spread your wings a little bit. Spread your wings. right? Now Monken got a head coaching job. So the word was he was going to bring Todd Monken back. I don't know, but Greg Roman's out there,
right?
You didn't want Greg Roman back? Okay, all right. Well, looking around, you have options. There's other offensive minded coaches you can look for. He said, "No, let me look through my Rolodex of who I know."
Right.
Not somebody that I think will do well for the team. Somebody I know personally. Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy, who it was never even really officially announced that he got fired. We just knew that Eric Bieniemy got hired for his job. All right. They were like, man, no, we ain't firing Matt. No, we're just hiring Eric Bieniemy.
Right.
What position are you gonna have? Offensive coordinator. Isn't that Matt Nagy's job? I don't know who you're talking about.
Right.
that's what the Chiefs did. I don't know who you're talking about. Deanna got a super chat for us. Appreciate you, Deanna.
Appreciate it.
Says we warned Giants fans that Harbaugh was fool's gold. Yes, we 100%. Did. Yes. Oh, you guys. Oh, who are you gonna replace Harbaugh with? How you like Harbaugh right now? I mean, look. Right. Hey, all these moves could work out for them. It's possible. But do you feel good about it right now?
No.
Do you notice the national media isn't talking about him like that right now?
Right.
I'm just saying, you got you got Harbaugh, who doesn't like strong personalities, on a team with strong personalities. I don't know what they're gonna do with Middle League Neighbors. Middle League Neighbors is not gonna be there long term. Not with Harbaugh. Right. He's the wide receiver he's the type of wide receiver that Harbaugh doesn't want on the team.
Flashy, brash. Yeah.
Yep. And wants the ball. So there will be an exodus of some of those players on that team.
Yeah, I mean, John Harbaugh started out cool when he hired Denard Wilson. I'm like, okay, maybe he's trying to turn things around and do something a little differently. But with this Matt Nagy hire, it has everybody scratching their heads. You picked the one guy in the NFL that made Pat Mahomes look normal. You're the one that took the game out of his hands and made that offense look terrible. And
people are talking about Pat Mahomes is washed now.
Is washed because of Matt Nagy and his play call. And they let him go because they're like, you're not doing what we thought you could do. We allowed you to be here the first time. This time we allowed you to call some plays. And they showed that he can't get it done. And with a young quarterback like Jackson Dart, and if Scatterable can come back healthy, this team, the Giants in trouble.
In trouble. Flock from the block, good morning.
Good.
Don Royal, good morning. We got Skip Mode Crane Gang. That's a lot. Yeah. Okay, good morning.
Gregory Carter was good.
Scatterbow's overrated. Yeah, Scatterbow. Yeah, I agree. I don't. They're gonna hype him up. That I knew that was.
Yeah, he's their feel good story.
Yeah. Michael Hawthorne says, I was at the Atlanta Falcons facility yesterday with all my Baltimore Ravens gear on, and they did not like that. But I did thank them for their offensive line coach. Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's going to work out great.
Yes, he is.
Gregory, good morning. Good morning. Yeah. So our coaching staff is shaping up. I think we've gotten we probably have a couple of positions we got to fill out, but we've got just everybody we need.
Yeah, quarterback coach, wide receiver coach, tight end coach, D-line coach. Those are some of the few positions that we still need. There's still some incumbent guys there, but it's possible that Jesse's going to move on from them, and the coaching staff is nearly complete. So now we can focus on getting these players in here, getting some upgrading talent and seeing what we can do with it. So I'm kind of excited as to what Mentor's doing. Like, he's done his due diligence and search. Unlike Harbaugh of hiring friends, he's gone outside of his circle and brought in guys that can actually help this team win and make some noise in the NFL.
Yeah, look, I get it. It doesn't matter who you are. You're going to hire people that you know, right? You feel comfortable with, but it doesn't have to be 100% that, right? Like, This is a business. You're trying to be successful. You have to get guys that you think can get the job done. Now, if you have an extensive tree or you have a great mind and you're like, hey, I know this person. I know this person can, retain the information and coach these players the way I want them to be coached. That's one thing. But you got to know when you need help. You got to know when you have blind spots, and other people can kind of pick up the slack there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what Mentor has done. Oh yeah, like I mean, and you mentioned Joe Lombardi, right? That's the type of hire that I want to see. You have a young offensive coordinator in Doyle,
Mm-hmm.
who, even though he from everything I'm hearing, he knows football.
Right.
All right, he knows football, just hasn't called plays. That's when you bring in somebody like Lombardi that has experience,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, Lombardi isn't a play call. I think he's going to be more in an advisory type of role,
Right.
you know, because yes, even though you might know a lot, there's nothing like having that experience on the field. You know, you have a game management coach also to help out with the situational stuff. So they have coaches on the team to kind of help the younger players out. Just a little nuanced things, and also having older coaches just to command a little bit more respect from like the veteran players, because some of these players are older than our coaches. So it helps to have a couple of old heads in the room, be like, hey, come on now, come on, listen up to coach, listen to coach. So I like the mixture. Is it gonna work? We don't know. We don't know. It could fail, but if it fails, then you fire everybody and you move on quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel good about it. It is something different, and it's something that that Harbaugh would have never done here. And we know what Harbaugh is doing wasn't going to work, and it's not going to work for the Giants either.
Facts. And we brought in Eddie Faulkner, the former Pittsburgh Steelers running back coach.
Yes,
to coach our running backs. So, John Harbaugh would never go to a division rival and bring somebody in that could possibly help this team. Because with the work that he did with Najee Harris, he wasn't the best running back, but for 4 straight years, he was the only running back to get 1,000 yards. And listen, Steelers got some problems over there. If you haven't heard, your boy might be on the cutting block. So, coach, close your ears.
Who?
Pat Queen. They may be cutting him this offseason.
I did hear that. And somebody asked, like, hey, maybe he can come back to the Ravens. Sorry about that. He said, maybe he can come back to the Ravens on a nice deal. Listen, I like Pat Queen.
Mm-hmm.
In a if there's a situation where we got everything we needed and we could still bring him in, that wouldn't hurt us for sure. I think him and Roquan fit well together. But man, we got priorities.
Thanks. And I think we have enough guys that can miss tackles. We got enough of those.
I think with Anthony Weaver, you're gonna see a lot less missed tackles on this team. Between Jesse Minter and Anthony Weaver, they either they gonna fix it or they gonna bring in guys that won't miss tackles. Like this coaching staff, they're not going for that. They're not going for that. But this is what I'm talking about, right? When Zach Orr was here, like, who was the other like defensive guy in the room to be like, hey, we not doing this. You better go out there and tackle. You better go out there and hit.
Right.
Like, who was that coach?
We didn't have him because Zach Orr, he's his first, second year. There wasn't much respect there. I mean, they respected him as their coach, but looking at him, it's like, where's your knowledge at? What have you done? And then if they looked at Chuck Pagano, if they looked at Dean Pease, they're like, we don't know who you guys are. We weren't around here. We weren't in the NFL when you were coaching, so they didn't have that guy that commanded that room. Now, I think with Anthony Weaver and the way that he carries himself, it's going to be a little bit different. With Jesse Minter, and look at how the players in Los Angeles just glow about him. I think there's ultimately going to be a respect factor, especially the fact that he comes in and he's like, listen, we doing this together. This is our team. This ain't my team. This ain't his team. It's our team. We're going to do this collectively. And I think that commands some respect right there. But like you said, Anthony Weaver going to shut some stuff down.
Yeah. Coach says, go get him. I'm talking about Patrick Queen. Yolanda, good morning. Good morning. What's we got in here? Oh, we got AD in the house.
What's up, Adrian?
Hey, appreciate you coming through. Queen is super low on the team on the totem pole. Yeah. All right. Thug living in here trolling. Okay, whatever. Just Aloe says one of the benefits of Mentor is we don't have to deal with Pagano or Pease anymore. Praise him.
Yeah.
The Dean Pease thing that upset me. That's what I'm saying. Like Zach Orr might turn out to be a good coach at some point. He just had to get away from Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Harbaugh going in a different direction is good for both of them. To be honest, like Zach Orr needed to go somewhere else to go under like a better coaching staff. But bringing Dean Pease in there to help guide him, that's not doing anything for him. And then bringing in Chuck Pagano, how long he been out the game? Right,
like 4 years.
No, man.
Yeah, and then you bring him back. You bring back a coach you fired. Like,
yeah, right.
What sense of that make? You fired him because he wasn't doing his job, but you're bringing him back in to advise your new defensive coordinator.
He can be one of the advisors, like, you know, in there, like for like DB coaches or whatever. But like that's the guy you bring in? No.
Right.
All right. Flock from the Block says, watch how much weight loss and weightlifting the defense is going to do this offseason. No more Salisbury steaks for Roquan this offseason. Yeah, Roquan, the last 2 years has just looked like, I don't know, man. He looked out of shape. You know, like if you look at him, he doesn't look out of shape. But when you see him on the field, it's like, hey, man, like, does he look a little winded? Does he look, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's an injury he was hiding or something. I don't know, but he has not looked like Roquan in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I got this picture where I put the Roquan next to Ray Lewis, and you can see who's dedicated and who's just there.
Yeah. Marlande says, "Good morning, fellas. Sorry I'm late. Hey, you're here.
Thanks.
You're here. You're right on time. Right on time. Would y'all like DJ Moore from the Bears? Yeah, we should have drafted DJ Moore straight up.
Right.
DJ Moore should have been a Raven his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we got Hayden Hurst. Okay. So yes, I will love DJ Moore here. He would make an immediate impact.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Orr wasn't taught to do the job right. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Jose is too nice. I'm from the Brodney School. I don't want Pease or Pagano on in the city of Baltimore. Period. Hey, I wouldn't have hired him either. I'm just saying, like, you know, that's his friend, and he wants to bring his friend in. Like the Pagano thing, none of it makes sense. The Pease thing really upsets me because that was more to get his son a job because his son was on the coaching staff, and then his son stayed on the coaching staff when Pease retired. I think was it Mike Pease? I can't remember his name. I think he was a linebacker coach, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing here? Right. You don't have any other experience in football, but now you're the linebackers coach with the already young staff. No. You know, and then you want to bring everybody back once you saw it didn't work. You want to bring everybody back. You don't want to change anything. That's not about winning. That's about his ego.
Facts.
Thank you for the super chat, Adrian. Appreciate that. Says, I thought we should have hired Kubiak, but I'm rooting for Mentor, Weaver, and even Doyle.
Right.
Yeah. Of course we're rooting for them. Whether you believe in these guys or not, we got to root for them, right? And we don't have to argue with anybody. If somebody doesn't like the move, cool. Like, they haven't proven anything one way or another. They haven't proven anything, right? We can sit here and say it's not going to work out in New York with John Harbaugh because he's proven to just not be that guy anymore, right? He's proven, like, the coaches around him are proven to not be that guy. Matt Nagy has been a terrible head coach. He wasn't a good offensive coordinator. Why you bring him in?
Right.
George Warhop. Well, he went to Cleveland. He ended up going to Cleveland. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. I bookmarked it. I need to go back and look at it, but I saw I saw Monken at a presser. Apparently he threw Jim Schwartz under the bus, or he took some shot at Jim Schwartz or something. I did not see it. I saw a tweet. I saw people like, you gotta watch the video. he said something about, hey, when I was with the Ravens, we game plan for Myles Garrett, not Jim Schwartz, something like that. And I didn't get the whole context though, so
Right.
I gotta go back and look at it. Maybe we'll talk about that tonight. All
Yeah.
right.
And it's crazy because they may have 4 new offensive linemen in Cleveland, and George Hop is going to coach all those new guys.
Ooh.
Cleveland be Cleveland, and boy, I swear.
Oh, Coach Saw, he said they kept asking about Jim. Okay, like it was going to bring him back, and I don't think he is, right? Did they decide that?
No, he decided he wasn't coming back. He walked out the building because he was supposed to be the new head coach, and then they did a 180 inside Monken, and he got so upset that he said, "You know what? I'm done." They want him to come back, but he's saying, "Nah, I'm done with you guys."
As he should.
Yeah,
as he should. Like, I mean, you can't put that out there for a guy like Jim Schwartz, right? Like, you gotta tell him, hey, look, we just want you back. We just want you back as defensive coordinator. That's it. The minute you let him interview and then you start putting in his head that, hey, you're a high possibility, you're a finalist,
right?
And then you take that away from him. Nah, I'm straight, right? Like that's more than, hey, all right, look, just for the sake of interviews, we'll give you an interview. That's more than that. That sounded like they pretty much promised him that he was going to be the head coach. And from some of the reporting, which you got to take with a grain of salt, but a lot of reporting out there was saying that he was the front runner.
Yep.
That it looked like he was going to get the job. And I think he felt like he was going to get the job. Otherwise he wouldn't be going on like this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, also you have to take into account that for me, I'm supposed to be the front runner. I know the organization. I've been here. I've been through the trials and tribulations. I've stayed. I've made the defense what it was. But then you turn around and you hire Todd Monken. Now, if you hired an experienced coach with some tenure and has done something, then I'd be I'm a little salty, but I get it. But you turn around and hire this guy? Nah.
True.
I'm not going for that.
Yeah. All right, we got almost 200 people in here. That's what I'm talking about. Hit that like button. Indeed. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Both channels are streaming right now. We got Lunch Break Hot Take and the Road Pod. Okay. Let's see who else we got in here. Emman, what's going on? Good. Appreciate you coming through. Let's see. I think Gruden might have won his rookie season in Tampa.
He did.
Gruden wasn't a rookie. He coached the Raiders.
Him at first year in a new situation. They talking about a first year coach in a new situation.
Oh yeah. That's true. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Gruden went to. I mean, I guess he coached up that Raiders team to a Super Bowl too. But yeah, he took over a Super Bowl ready team. Monken didn't lie. Yeah, I gotta go back and look at the whole thing. And Monken doesn't strike me as a liar. I'm sure whatever he said was facts, but it might have been ice cold. Flagship. Good morning. It says, Jose, one thing that got me really excited about Minter is he said the standard is championships. Of course. Judging by how aggressive he is going after coaches, tells us he's trying to win now, not next year now. Not next year now. Yes, of course. Like, Steve Bisciotti is trying to win another Super Bowl ASAP.
Yep.
Okay. He has to try to win now. We can forgive you for not winning now if you're trending in the right direction. But you gotta read between the lines, man. When Steve Bisciotti said, "Oh, I guess we'll give the next guy, 5 or 6 years," he's like, "Yo, that dude better
come in, hit the ground running."
Clock is ticking. You see Steve Bisciotti wants to keep this team for another 5 years? He's trying to sell. He talked about that too.
Yep.
He's trying to sell this team. He wants to get one more ring. He wants to have his gold jacket as an owner, right? He wants all those things. Bro, you better start winning now. If you look like, if this team looks like, oh, we still far away, he's gone.
Right. Yeah.
He's gone. And it's nothing for him to write that check to get rid of him. Ali says, Jesse Minter was the number one guy I wanted as a coach over Kubiak and Flores. He's the right guy for the job. I know it. Okay.
Hope so.
Okay. I mean, we get in our minds about the coaches that we want. Hey, what's going on, Davon? Cousin Davon's in the house. Salute. We get in our mind about who we want as a coach and why we think they're going to work out, and then we start, like projecting it in our mind, future thinking, like, oh yeah, he's going to do this. He's going to put together this staff, and this is going to be great. And then when we don't get that guy, we're like, oh man, I don't like this other guy. But you don't know anything about the other guy, right? You don't know anything about the guy that you wanted. We don't know anything about Clint Kubiak. You don't know if he's going to be a good head coach or not.
Mm-hmm.
Clint Kubiak isn't the perfect candidate. He's had a lot of jobs himself.
Right.
Like we don't know if he could be a good head coach. He knows offense for sure, but Jesse Minter knows defense,
right?
And we don't know who Clint would have brought in as his coordinator. He might have brought in a coordinator that's okay, like what would you have said then? You'd be like, oh, okay, he's I don't like that move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What if you said, you know what, Zach Orr, come on down.
Matt Nagy, let's go.
Right.
Be mad.
So we don't know. We don't know. I'm cool with Jesse Minter. I'm cool with the staff he put together. I like the Anthony Weaver hire. I know somebody, I think it might have been KP yesterday, said he didn't like Anthony Weaver hire. Weaver didn't have that good of a defense. Anthony Weaver's defense is his first year were excellent with the Dolphins. Excellent.
Yep.
And they had they dealt with all kinds of injuries. Last year they did a fire sale. They're trying to be bad. So I like the move. I think I wouldn't look. A lot of people did not like the idea of Anthony Weaver being the head coach here. I wouldn't have been mad if he got in the head coaching job. I wouldn't have been mad. Why don't we like Anthony Weaver? That's why I asked yesterday. For the people that had these strong opinions about Anthony Weaver, why? What is it about him that makes you think he's not as qualified as some of these other coaches that don't have any head coaching experience? And it's okay. Like there's no like right or wrong answer. Well, there is a wrong answer. You better not say that answer. But it's all a feeling, right?
Okay.
But just ask yourself, why do you feel that way? What you call it says we have our coaches. Only thing is free agency and the draft. Yep, that's the next thing. What are we going to do in free agency?
Come on, March 11th.
Yeah. We're going to have some discussions later tonight. I'll give you a little preview to tonight's show, the LBHT show. All right. The Thunder is going to have Justin Jefferson on one side and Trey Hendrickson on another side. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be talking about some news, what's going on with both of those guys, and how one of them, I don't know, maybe both of them can end up in Baltimore. Make two big splashes.
Right.
But I'm going to ask y'all, which one? If you only have one,
right.
And I hope you guys have been listening. I hope we gave you all enough lessons that you did your homework and you understand where I'm going with this. If we could only have one of them, Trey Hendrickson or Justin Jefferson, which one do you want? You don't have to answer right now. You can wait till later. You can wait till later. You can take your time.
And I don't want to hear nothing about price tag at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing about cap number, cap hit. Oh, he costs too much, because guess what? Zay Flowers' 50-year option is coming up, and it's projected to be about $24 million. So
that's because it's obvious. What's up, Cam? Obviously, Jefferson, that doesn't even take thought. Well, a lot of people want edge rusher.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Maybe you don't like Trey Hendrickson. Maybe we swap that out with Max Crosby. I don't know. Like Max Crosby, this has gotten out of control. Like we talking about Max Crosby like he's Myles Garrett, like he's Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? In fact, speaking of Micah Parsons, where was this campaign for Micah Parsons last year when he was actually available? Right? Why were we screaming get Micah Parsons, but we were doing this for Max Crosby? Come on, man.
We like our guys.
Yeah. See, there you go, Cam. Max Crosby is different from Trey Hendrickson. You better go check that. I think you better go check the stats, my brother.
They are not the same.
Lamar sniffed out that John and Monken were trying to do the same thing, and they did the Flacco to him. Just imagine if Sanders was there while Lamar was hurt instead of Huntley. Yeah, imagine if Sanders was there. What happened was Sanders would have gotten blown up by the O line. He would have gotten destroyed.
Facts. Cleveland has a much better offensive line, and he still got beat. So yeah.
Add to Pop in here with the troll. Max Crosby is better than Michael Parsons. Don't disrespect Crosby like he's a bum. Not just you're disrespecting Michael Parsons like he's a bum. He is not better than Michael Parsons. You are crazy. Max Crosby is good. He ain't better. He ain't that good. Right. He is not Michael Parsons good. Come on. Like I'm not gonna get into the debate.
Yeah, let's not confuse effort with talent. Max Crosby will give you effort all game long. His motor is 100 all game long. Let's not get that twisted. But when it comes to game affecting, game changing plays, Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson are on a different level.
Yeah. Kobe, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Says we were this close to going into next season with Harbaugh, Matt Nagy, and Zach Orr. How did Harbs get hired first and end up with the worst staff? Yes. That's an excellent point. He got hired first.
Right.
Hey, John Harbaugh, he gets fired. He'll get picked up in 2 minutes. Yep, facts. That's exactly what happened. Got picked up in 2 minutes. Why did it take so long to put together your staff, though?
Right.
And why did it end up like this? Okay. I just want anybody that what you say about Crosby shows up when you need him to tell tell Michael show up when you need him in big moments. What big moment has the Raiders had in Max Crosby's career? What big moment? Max Crosby has shown up in big moments. What's been the record? Let's take a look. What's been the record? Why are they picking number 1 overall right now? Was Max Crosby hurt?
They sat him down at the end because they knew they weren't winning.
He played a lot of games last year. I don't see any. I see what, 1 win, 2 wins. I don't see it. Attitude Pop. I missed something. When did he have an impact to where they won games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. 7 years. Where are the wins? Right? Michael Parsons has been to the playoffs.
Right.
Michael Parsons.
Trey Hendrickson been to the playoffs.
Trey Henderson's been to the playoffs.
Led the league in sacks.
Right. Let's see something here.
Just hello. Stop.
What just Al say?
Bruh. The Kyle Hamilton hate's gotta stop. I don't disagree with you, but it's gotta stop. It's a new year.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years for Max Crosby, 69.5 sacks. Right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years for Michael Parsons, 65 sacks. So 7 years for one, 5 years for the other, 2.5 sack difference. Who's better? Michael Parsons is way more impactful. When we saw it with before he got hurt this year, and this is with Michael Parsons getting hurt, by the way. Right? He has this many sacks. When there's a play that needs to be made on defense, Michael Parsons makes the play. He makes the play. And this isn't a dig at Max Crosby. He's an excellent player too. He ain't Michael Parsons.
Right.
Hey, thank you for the super chat, Pad G. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Did I miss another one? I didn't even look at Trey Henderson, but I mean, add to Pop. Come on.
Yeah, 17.5 sacks. 17.5 sacks. Last season he was hurt. I think he had 6.5.
Henderson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he led the league in sacks 1 year, right?
Yeah, he had 17.5 2 years prior, but last year he got injured and he had a core muscle injury and wasn't himself. So
yeah. Man, he really racked us. Like he started out great.
Yep.
he started. Yeah. Oh, he was a linebacker at first.
Yeah.
His first 3 years, he didn't do anything. Then 13, 14, 8, 17 and a half, 17 and a half last year, 4. He has 81 sacks total. Now he's played 9 years. So, yeah, first team All Pro. Not listen, he ain't Trey Hendrickson, okay? He's a very good player. He's a very
good player.
Yes. And we want Justin Jefferson, not Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson or Michael Parsons. Okay. We want Jettas. That's the answer. Okay. So we ask that later on tonight. You know. I just don't understand our local media over there. Vinny, okay, from that station, came out and blasted Lamar saying he don't work on his game in the offseason from his source. The hate is real. Okay, I will say this about Vinny. Vinny is consistent along with Mike Preston. You guys are just new to Mike Preston. Both of them have been consistent haters over the decades. Vinny said the exact same thing about Joe Flacco. The exact same thing about Joe Flacco. Vinny was on his case, right, about not working out with wide receivers, not putting in the work in the offseason. Like I used to listen to him, and Vinny is Vinny Serrato, former GM of the Washington Redskins, former Washington Redskins. Now he's been a long time Baltimore radio host, but it's the same narrative. This is what they do when they get to the offseason because they're not creative. They don't really have a whole lot to talk about, and he just puts that narrative out there. Like everybody knows Lamar puts in work. You can see it on the field.
Yeah,
you can see it on the field, the work that he puts in. Like he's the only one, and I think we've said it before. How is it that Lamar comes back every year more improved, but nobody else is doing that? Right? Harbaugh doesn't get better every year. The coaching staff doesn't get better every year. They come back with the same old. Lamar has to keep reinventing himself, but the coaching staff can come back and do the same thing. EDC can come back and do this exact same thing. We even, to the point that we even joke about it. We're joking about getting the safety in the first round. Why are you joking about that? Because that's the nonsense that you're used to seeing from him, and you don't expect any change. But Lamar has to go out there and make the changes.
Yeah.
Right? He has to go out there and put in the work. That's crazy. Kobe, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Stats don't equal impact. Micah is levels above. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I do want to take this moment. I don't want to pick on Atu Pop. He's young, but he was the one that compared Kyle Hamilton to Ed Reed. I'm just saying. So,
what?
I appreciate the conversation, but if you think there's anything to talk about between those two, I don't know. I don't know where we go from there. Yes, they always have sources. That's what I'm gonna start saying. I'm gonna start saying sources and start making things up, but never name them. Only valid staying on Lamar's resume is his playoff record, but it will only take one run to change that. Facts. Right. But that's for most players. Unless you really like make a run or go into the playoffs, even for Josh Allen. He's got a lot of playoff wins. He also got a lot of losses, right? He hasn't made it to the Super Bowl. You have to make it to the Super Bowl. You got to win a Super Bowl before that really changes, right. But they still got a lot of football left to play. So that's not really something. I mean, people are gonna do that just because this is how people are. They're gonna, there's always gonna be critics. But coming from the local media, it's wild. You're right. Like they do a lot of character assassination just here in his hometown. But that's the other side of Baltimore, right? We're on this side of Baltimore, and we know what it is. That's why we always push back against these narratives, because they have certain agendas over there. And the things that they're saying about Lamar are things that those were they've always thought that from day one, before he even touched the field, because that's how they perceive black people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy. He hired his own QB coach. And we're always talking each and every offseason about how Rashad Bateman is the only wide receiver that doesn't go down to Florida and train with Lamar Jackson. So if we've seen video proof that he's with his wide receivers, something that Joe Flacco never did, how is it that he's not putting in the work? When you visually can see that he's getting with his wide receivers, trying to get on the same page. He's working out with receivers from other teams, he's trying to recruit to Baltimore. Like, it's crazy how that crabs in a barrel mentality of Baltimore, because we live it each and every day, how they try to drag somebody down. Like, this is supposed to be the local area team. You're supposed to be representing them.
Yep.
Stop having sources that tell you things that aren't believable, things that aren't real, things that can be disproven. And I'm just tired of these people. That's why, like you said, why listen to them? That's why I don't listen to them. Because they just want the clickbait to get the numbers, have people tune in like, Lamar, what? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But guess what? We don't believe it.
Yep. And we'll finish with this chat right with this comment right here from Grails. Appreciate you. Says, I don't know why y'all still watching and listen to these analysts. Please stop. 95% of them are fake. Watch the real fans like Jose and Hendo, etc. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's all for clickbait. You know, they do that to get clicks, and also even on YouTube, we know who certain people are. I didn't see exactly what those people said, but y'all were heated and y'all tired of them, and you don't have to go and watch their shows, right? But I know a lot of people that don't realize that we're here. That's just how the YouTube algorithm works. You know, you could be looking for Ravens content and they will show you certain people's content, and it'll be a while before you get to ours, and you're like, damn, I didn't know you guys were here, right? That's why it's important for you guys to spread the word whenever possible. If you're talking to anybody that's a Ravens fan or Panthers, I gotta remind you guys, at least on my channel, like, you know, we do Panthers content when, you know, every now and then. I've noticed that all through Panthers YouTubers though, like, when it's quiet, they chill. That's a different that's a different crowd over there. They're like, hey, chill, bro, chill. It ain't free agency yet, just chill. You know, like they kind of chill out a little bit. Yeah, anybody that you know that's a Ravens fan and they start talking about that stuff, you say, no. Look, go over the lunch break hot take, you know, go over the roll pod, you know, Ravens talk with Yolanda. Sip to Tally, go watch that stuff. It's way more authentic, way more. I hope you, if nothing else, you know that by now. You know that we are way more authentic than those other folks, right? Especially 105.7. Complete jokes. And Kobe with the super chat, appreciate you. Says Josh's rep is built off of playing West Coast wild card weekend and beating the 6th and 7th seed every year. His record is almost the same as Lamar, but in the later rounds. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. And he chokes. And nobody's gonna bring up the four turnovers that he just had. That's already
bruh. It's Sean McDermott, it's James Cook, it's the defense. Like, everybody but Josh Allen. And for me, one telling stat is your man's 0-7 in overtime games. So that clutch gene ain't there.
Listen, and this is coming from somebody that likes Josh Allen. I was yelling at the screen when he fumbled that right before the halftime. I'm yelling at him like I was coaching, like, yo, what are you doing?
Right. Oh, no, Jose. It was the offensive lineman's fault for not falling on the ball.
Oh, okay. Got it. Not him dangling the ball like that, like a damn fool.
What's up, world class? Facts. But he seems to do it all the time, and that was the difference in the game. Right before the half, it was like 3 seconds left. 3 seconds. All you had to do was just go down. You weren't getting into the end zone. Go down, and it may be a different ball game. But I'm glad, because, you know, they were hoping with all the best quarterbacks in the AFC out of the playoff picture. This was Josh Allen's year to prove he was the guy that the NFL says that he is. Because, you know, they said, I've been hearing a lot of pundits talk about him being the best talent the NFL has ever seen. Not the best quarterback in the NFL right now, the best talent the NFL has ever seen. In 107 years, he's the best. But yet still, he can't get it done when it matters the most. They don't want to talk about that, though.
Yeah. Got another super chat. Okay, you guys trying to make me late for work. Okay. All right. Thank you, Kobe. Says, I like Josh, just hate the racist Bills Mafia. I hate the mainstream media. I think Bills Mafia, first of all, any fan base, even here in Baltimore, we just talked about that. Even here in Baltimore, you got people that do not like Lamar simply because he's black. Those are fans, right? So you got those people here. I think Bills Mafia is cool. There's some cool fans out there. Rico from the what's their channel called? The Buffalo Fanatics or something like that. Those Fanatics. Those are some cool dudes, right? Like, you know, I like those guys. But it's the mainstream media that makes me not want to root for Josh Allen. But Josh Allen is very likable. The Bills are a likable team. You know, I like those guys in general, but it's that media. Mainstream media has really soured us. Yeah, Dan Orlovsky he's the culprit. You're right, AD. He's the culprit. He's definitely on the Bills payroll. Oh, yeah. We talked about that last year. He literally works for the Bills.
Oh, man, listen, I found out recently. It's a bunch of them. It's some agency they're part of. Him, Josh Allen, Dan Orlovsky, I found out, Mina Kimes, and a bunch of other analysts were a part of this agency. That's why they always give glowing reviews of Josh Allen. And it's just sad that the affiliation kind of dictates who you root for and who you criticize.
There you go. All right. We're definitely leaving on that note. Come back tonight for the LBHT show, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. Turn your notification bells on. All right. CAA. Okay, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah, facts.
Kobe. Damn you, Kobe. With this other super chat. I appreciate you. Says I'm from New York. Buffalo is very much like Boston. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
I hear you. Yes, I've been to Buffalo before. Yes. But guess what? So is the White L in Baltimore.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Baltimore is still a segregated city, and there are certain areas that it's like Buffalo.
Facts.
It's like Buffalo. Facts. All right. We're done. We're out of here. Hold your super chats for later. Okay. Also, patreon.com/ROUG. ROUG. That's for Hendo's Patreon. Patreon.com/LBHTShow. That's for our Patreon. For as little as $5 a month. All right. You get more content. More. You like more? We're giving you more. That's how you support us on a monthly basis. And we got an overtime show tonight. We're gonna be talking about we've been talking about the lighthearted stuff for the Giants. We've been talking about the lighthearted stuff.
Oh,
we're gonna be talking about the darkest stuff on the overtime show. So sign up. All right, y'all. Be great today. And if you don't want to be great, don't be. Give them 20%.
It's the middle of the week.
Have a good day. Peace.